Hey guys, I'm Reprops, and today I'm making Darth Vader's lightsaber entirely out of cardboard. So the first thing I did was I traced a rough design of the blade emitter shroud onto a piece of cardboard so that I could add that to the length of my cardboard tube, which was 22 centimeters and it needed to be 28, which is the length of Darth Vader's lightsaber. And then I started working on the blade emitter shroud right here, just using a larger piece of cardboard tubing. Right now I'm thickening up the blade emitter shroud using some thin pieces of cardboard, and then I'm going to use some small bottle caps and screws to make the blade length adjusters, which are unique to Darth Vader's lightsaber. I glued down a strip of cardboard to mark where the blade emitter goes, and filled in some gaps in the blade emitter. To make the blade look like real metal, I'm using some paper plates that have a silver paper on them and wrapping that around the tube of cardboard. I'm also going to put this around the blade emitter and on the interior of the hilt when I make the kyber crystal chamber. Right now I'm making what would be the clasp on a Graflex lightsaber. I'm just making that out of a tube of cardboard with a rectangular prism about the length of it that I glued on, and then put some screws into to imitate the silver dots on the top of it. Right now I'm making the little button that goes on near the emitter on the lightsaber. I'm just using a bottle cap that I put some cardboard on the bottom of and on the front to make it look complete. Now I'm making the little black pieces that go on the grip. I'm just cutting a cardboard tube into 6 pieces, and then cutting some normal cardboard into rectangles with a rounded edge. And I'm flattening those down when I glue them, that way they stay flat. And I'm gluing those onto those cardboards so that they're perpendicular to each other, making kind of a T piece. And right now I'm cutting out the interior to make the kyber crystal chamber. I'm just cutting square out of the tube and then adding some rings of the silver cardboard into it. I'm gonna make it glow, so right now I'm just soldering the light to the battery source, and I'm gonna include a switch right near the emitter. Now I'm adding a silver tube that's going to hold the kyber crystal into the kyber crystal chamber. It's a thin tube of cardboard that I covered in the silver cardboard. And then I'm going to make the kyber crystal out of some tin foil that I put a shaved piece of wood into, and to make a mold, and then fill it up with hot glue and painted red. Now I'm just coating some skewers gold and painting the emitter black. The golden skewers are going to go inside the kyber crystal chamber to give it a nice look to it. I'm gluing all of the tubes and rings that I made inside the kyber crystal chamber, and then I'm putting the kyber crystal into the tube to suspend it in the kyber crystal chamber. Now I'm cutting the gap out of the emitter and of the silver tube to make the switch for the kyber crystal. I'm also making sure to have enough room for the buttons that go on the blade. Now I'm just gluing down the wires and making sure that they fit snugly inside the tube and don't go flailing around when I swing it. I'm also gluing on the clasp and getting it positioned upright. I'm adding some strips of the silver cardboard onto the clasp to give it the silver look that the original clasp has. I made some markings on the hilt so that I know where to place all of the 6 black pieces that make up the hilt, and I'm gluing down a silver circle on the bottom of it. I'm covering the main button that I made in the silver cardboard, and then I'm putting some screws into the buttons so that they have the rounded look on the end of them. I think this turned out pretty nice. The silver paper that I used turned out a lot better than I expected, and then the kyber crystal glows pretty nicely with the reflective paper. Overall, I think it turned out really good. If you guys have any prop suggestions or requests, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.